Hey everyone, welcome back to Feel English Podcast. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. It's so nice to have you here with us again.
Today, we're talking about something really deep, falling in love again after pain. You know, love can be beautiful, but sometimes it also hurts.
Yeah, sometimes we give our heart to someone and it doesn't go the way we hoped. But life goes on, right?
Exactly. So, how do we open our hearts again after being hurt? How do we trust love one more time? That's what we'll explore today in simple, real English.
And if you enjoy practicing English with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a friend.
We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever fallen in love again after being hurt? What did it feel like?
All right, let's get started.
You know, Jake, I think everyone has a story about heartbreak. When you go through it, it feels like the world stops.
Yeah, I remember my first big heartbreak. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Everything reminded me of that person. It's funny now, but back then, it felt like the end of the world.
Totally. And it's normal. When someone says, I felt broken inside, it means they were deeply hurt emotionally. But what's amazing is how people heal, how we eventually stand up again.
Right. Healing doesn't mean forgetting, it means learning. Like, I once read a quote, "Scars are proof that you survived." I really love that.
That's beautiful. And to move on. That's a great phrase for our listeners. It means to let go of the past and keep living.
Yeah. When I started to move on, I didn't rush. I spent time with friends, learned new things, and slowly I began to feel like myself again.
That's so true. Love teaches us a lot, not only about others, but also about ourselves.
So, today, maybe we can talk about that. How to trust again, how to feel love again, and how to believe that something new can still be beautiful.
Yes, because falling in love again isn't just about romance, it's about courage.
The courage to try again, even when your heart still remembers the pain.
You know, Anna, I think one of the hardest parts after heartbreak is fear.
Oh, yes. The fear of being hurt again, it's like a wall we build around our heart, right?
Exactly. We say things like, I'm not ready, or I don't want to go through that again. But deep down, we just don't want to feel that same pain.
True. And there's a useful phrase for our listeners, putting your guard up. It means you protect yourself so no one can hurt you again.
I used to do that. I met someone nice after my breakup, but I was too scared to let them in. I was polite, friendly, but my heart was closed.
That's very common. I did the same. After my breakup, I told myself, I'm fine alone. And honestly, I was, but part of me still wanted connection.
Yeah, because humans are made for connection. Even when we say we're fine alone, we still want to love and be loved.
Exactly. But love needs vulnerability. That's another good word. It means being open, showing your real feelings, even when you're scared.
That's scary, but it's also what makes love beautiful. Do you remember the first time you let yourself feel again after being hurt?
Yeah. It was a small thing. Someone smiled at me in a cafe. Just a simple smile. But it made me feel something. I realized I could still feel warmth.
That's such a nice example. Sometimes healing begins with small moments. A smile, a song, a walk. Not a big event, just little sparks of hope.
Yeah, it's like the heart saying, hey, I'm still alive.
I like that. You know, it reminds me of a quote I love. Fear is just love waiting to be understood.
Wow, that's deep. So maybe the fear of love is not really fear, it's just our heart wanting to feel safe again.
Exactly. And learning English expressions like put your guard up or open your heart isn't just language, it's life.
That's what I love about this podcast. We learn words that connect to real emotions.
And speaking of connection, next, let's talk about how to take those small steps toward trust again.
Oh, that's a good one, because trust doesn't come back all at once.
Nope, it's built little by little.
So, Jake, you mentioned trust doesn't come back all at once. I really like that. It's like building a bridge slowly, one step at a time.
Yeah. I used to think trust was something you just gave to someone, but now I see it's something you build together.
That's such a good way to say it. There's a nice phrase in English, earn someone's trust. It means showing through your actions that you can be trusted.
Exactly. I remember after my last heartbreak, I met someone new. She was kind, funny, and patient, but at first, I didn't trust easily. Every time she was late or didn't text back, I started worrying.
That's so real. When we've been hurt, we sometimes imagine problems that aren't there.
Yeah, but she didn't get angry. Instead, she said, "It's okay. Take your time to feel safe." That changed everything for me.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing to say. It shows emotional maturity, being calm, kind, and understanding in love.
Exactly. And that's when I started taking small steps, like sharing little things about my day or how I felt. It sounds simple, but those moments built trust.
Sometimes people think love should be dramatic, full of big words and surprises, but real love often grows in quiet, gentle ways.
True. It's the small things like listening, remembering what someone likes, or saying, I'm here for you.
I agree. When I was healing, my friend told me, don't rush love, just be open to it. So I started focusing on being kind, not just to others, but to myself.
That's powerful. Because when you're kind to yourself, you stop needing love to fix you. You just enjoy sharing who you are.
Exactly. Another good phrase for our listeners is take baby steps. It means to move forward slowly but surely, especially after something painful.
Yeah, and every little step counts. Even saying hi to someone new or going on a simple walk is a way of trusting life again.
I love that. You know, it's like learning English. Practice every day, a little at a time, and one day you realize you're fluent.
Yes, love and English both need patience and practice.
So true. And next, let's talk about what happens when love finally returns, but feels different this time.
I can't wait because love after pain is never the same, and that's actually a good thing. So, Anna, you said love after pain feels different? I totally agree. It's like a new version of yourself is loving now.
Exactly. It's softer, calmer, and somehow wiser. You don't fall head first anymore. You walk into love slowly.
That's a nice way to say it. Walk into love. You know, before, I thought love had to be full of passion, surprises, and big emotions. But now, I prefer peace over drama.
Me too. There's a saying, healthy love feels peaceful, not painful. When you've been hurt, you start to understand the value of calm love.
Right. I remember my last relationship before the one I'm in now. It was full of ups and downs, lots of excitement, but also a lot of tears. Now, with my partner, things are simple. We laugh, we talk, we're honest. It's not perfect, but it feels safe.
That word safe is so important. For listeners, feeling safe in love means you can be yourself without fear of being judged or hurt.
Yeah. Safe love is when silence feels comfortable and small things make you happy.
That's beautiful. I once dated someone who taught me that love doesn't have to be constant fireworks. Sometimes it's just sharing coffee, watching the sunset, or helping each other through a tough day.
And when love feels peaceful like that, it's easier to grow together. Another good phrase for learners, grow together, means both people become better through the relationship.
Exactly. When we were younger, we wanted love to complete us. Now, we want love that supports us.
That's such a big difference. You know, it's funny. When I was younger, I thought love was about finding the right person. But now I think it's about being the right person.
That's deep, Jake, and so true. Love changes us. It teaches patience, forgiveness, and empathy. All those little emotional muscles we didn't know we had.
Emotional muscles. I like that. We have to train them, just like going to the gym.
Yep, and the more we train them, the stronger our hearts become.
So maybe falling in love again isn't just about finding someone new, it's about loving in a new way, wiser, calmer, and kinder.
Perfectly said. And that leads us to something very important. Before we can love others deeply, we need to love ourselves first.
Oh, yes, self love, the foundation of everything.
So, Jake, let's talk about self-love. I think it's one of the most important parts of falling in love again, but also the hardest.
Totally. When you've been hurt, it's easy to think something is wrong with you. You start asking, was I not enough? Or did I do something wrong?
I've asked myself those same questions, but healing begins when you realize that your value doesn't disappear just because someone didn't see it.
Exactly. There's a phrase I like, you can't pour from an empty cup. It means you can't truly love others if you don't take care of yourself first.
That's such a perfect expression for this topic. For me, self-love means doing little things that make me feel peaceful, like walking by the beach, cooking something simple, or just being alone without feeling lonely.
I love that. For me, it was learning to enjoy my own company. I started journaling, writing my thoughts every morning. It helped me understand what I was feeling and what I wanted next.
That's a great practice. And for our listeners, enjoy your own company means feeling comfortable and happy even when you're alone.
Yes, because when you love yourself, you stop chasing people who don't value you. You become more confident, and your energy changes.
That's true. People can feel that energy. When you're happy with who you are, you naturally attract better relationships. Not just romantic ones, but friendships too.
You know, there's something I learned. Self-love is not about being perfect. It's about accepting your scars and saying, I'm still worthy of love.
That's beautiful. It reminds me of the Japanese idea of kintsugi, fixing broken pottery with gold. The cracks become part of its beauty.
Wow, that's a lovely metaphor. Maybe our hearts are like that too. When they break and heal, they become stronger and more beautiful.
I believe that. Every scar, every pain, every lesson, they shape who we are. So when we fall in love again, we do it with more compassion.
Exactly. Self-love makes us choose better, love better, and forgive faster.
And that brings us to our last part, how to truly open your heart again and let love in after all that healing.
Yes, the moment when the heart says, okay, I'm ready again.
So, Jake, let's talk about that moment when your heart finally says, I'm ready again. What did it feel like for you?
Honestly, it felt quiet. Not like fireworks or butterflies, this time just peace. I met someone, and for the first time, I didn't feel nervous, I felt calm.
That's a beautiful sign. I think love after pain often begins with peace, not excitement. It's more about comfort than chaos.
Exactly. I didn't try to impress her. I just showed up as myself. And that's when I realized healing had really worked.
That's such an important lesson. When you can show up authentically, that means being real and honest. That's when you're truly ready for love.
Yes. And it's funny, I used to think love was about finding someone perfect. But now I think it's about finding someone who makes you feel safe to be imperfect.
That's such a wise way to put it. When I started opening my heart again, I felt a mix of fear and hope. But instead of pushing those feelings away, I just let them exist.
That's really healthy. Because being ready again doesn't mean you're fearless. It means you're brave enough to try, even while you're scared.
Exactly. For our listeners, to open your heart means to allow love back into your life, even after it's been broken. It's an act of courage, not weakness.
Totally. And love doesn't always mean a romantic partner. It could be love for life, friends, or even your dreams.
That's so true. Falling in love again can also mean falling in love with living again, with mornings, music, sunsets, and simple moments.
Yes. It's about seeing beauty again after pain. That's when you know your heart is healing, when you start smiling at little things.
So, if you're listening and you've been hurt before, remember this. Your heart knows how to love again. Just give it time, patience, and kindness.
Beautifully said, Anna. Because love after pain isn't just possible. It's often the most meaningful kind of love.
All right, I think that's the perfect note to end on. Let's slow down a bit and share what we've learned today. Jake, after talking about all this, I feel really touched. We went from pain to healing and finally to hope.
Me too. I think we both learned that falling in love again isn't about forgetting the past. It's about growing from it.
Yes, every broken heart teaches us something. It teaches us patience, empathy, and how to appreciate peace.
And it reminds us that love isn't just about finding the right person. It's also about becoming the right person.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, don't be afraid to open your heart again. Love gently, live bravely, and remember that your story isn't over.
Thanks for spending this time with us today.
And remember, real English is about connection, not perfection. See you next time on Feel English Podcast.
Take care, everyone.